other day when I said that when I was with a friend of mine, my friend, this is what they did. My friend, when I said, start digging in your butt, twin, they turned sideways and they went, 2 fingers straight in the butt, and they dug, and they dug. If y'all have ever seen Reddit stories before on TikTok, you will know that there's lore here, okay? There is lore. They say 2 fingers, 2 inches, turn, press. Okay? I don't make the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. Unfortunately, ladies, that's not for you. Yeah, we don't have that. Thanks. But, oh, Jesus Christ, why did that just fucking explode? Oh my god, my balls exploded. Oh, I need to fucking stop saying that shit. My dad's gonna hear me in the other room. He's gonna be like, oh my fucking god, your balls exploded. We're gonna have to take you to the ER. Even though I don't have balls. But you know, I have more balls than- oh, never mind. He just left home. My dad doesn't give a shit if my balls explode. Now, if you look at this, I've been selling some shit. Specifically Rejuvenate books. Because, I love me some money. Look at the money I have, it's ass, but then, when I deposit my coins, you see, all of a sudden, it gets a little, expensive in there. Speaking of coins, I have a whole fucking bunch of coins that I found, just like, in the side of my room the other day. Fun fact, I used to collect coins, like, a lot. But the issue is I'm allergic to pennies. So it doesn't really work out. I would be like sitting in my room, and at that point I was in a different room. There's 2 rooms in this house, and I was in the other one, which was carpeted, by the way, so basically it fucking sucked. I would collect coins, right? And at that time I didn't really realize that, you know, I was kind of allergic as hell to pennies. So what I would do is I would just collect all of these coins. And then after I collected all of these coins, I would start throwing up and shitting myself because, you know, if you have coins and shit, it's a little bit crazy. Made you look, thank you. MC, I like your fucking cat, it's so fucking cute. Hello, Pira. We do, in fact, meet again with the gacha profile. Nice profile picture. So if you look at any coins I've collected, they're probably contaminated. Fuck, I see a penny in there. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die today. Fucking, having an allergy to pennies is like such a skill issue. I don't really know what my issue is. Oh, I guess this is like, what the fuck? I have like 2 bags of these. The hell? Is this like my non-penny? Oh no, shit, I see a penny in there. So yeah, I would like, you know when you're like allergic to something and you just start aggressively breaking out in hives? Whenever the fucking cashiers always ask me for my change, like, do you want your change? I'm like, damn, I really wish I would, but I'm gonna look like a fucking dumbass. I have to like take my sleeve and like extend it and go, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the penny. Give me the penny. And then look at me like I'm a fucking dumbass. Like, bro, okay, it's not my fucking fault that I'm allergic to fucking nickel. Like, you know, pennies, they're not really exactly made of all copper. They're made of like mostly, nickel. No, zinc. They're made of zinc. So I think I'm allergic to zinc, which is kind of funny because, you know, there's like a topical zinc, aka like, you know, you touch it like when you deal with pennies, and then there's also zinc, which is like what your body needs to function. You know, it's interesting because I have zinc supplements downstairs. I kind of wonder if I'd die if I ate that. I don't want to buy these. Thank you. I'm trying to fucking sell these. Excuse me? I have a Rejuvenate buy book. Let me fucking sell it. Thank you. Good God. Hypixel Skyblock, it's so fucking nice to be back here. I feel like I'm a stupid fucking bunny rabbit. Although bunny rabbits, did y'all know bunny rabbits actually have really high, like, they fuck each other, like, all the time. Like, and I mean that, like bunny rabbits have kids, like, every fucking day. Actually, wait, how often do they have them? Bunnies, Jesus Christ. Bunnies are like the kids at my school, except now I'm graduated, thank God. How often do bunnies have babies? Yeah, that's the PG-13 is what the fuck. Multiple liters per year, god damn! 3 to 5 litters annually, with each litter containing between 6 to 12 babies. No wonder these fuckers are prey. Jesus Christ, if those things were predators, I mean, every child on the world would be gone by now. Fucking bunnies at this point. Well, I mean, every child in the fucking bunny world's kind of gone at that point. They're kind of predators of their own way, you know? They're like the prey in the actual animal world, but in the bunny world, adult bunnies are predators. That's the original predators of this world. Don't use that as an excuse that predators are in nature, guys. That's not where I'm going with that, okay? That's not where I'm going with that. But they're really odd creatures. Everybody's like, oh, they're so cute. Like, that thing probably, so much. We need to tell them the mistake I did yesterday. Yeah, inflation stuff. What is up, gamer? What's up, Mr. Cheese 08? The goated rider over here. Goated. Rabbits get more action than all of us combined. Exactly. I mean, all of y'all are here for a reason, are you not? All of y'all are here for a reason, are you not? It's not any specific. Hold on, wait. I have my desktop audio on. I'm not saying anything, but if anybody is streaming on Twitch like me, or is watching somebody stream on Twitch like you, or also on YouTube, but it's a little bit less serious, bunnies get definitely more game. Honestly, I think the people at my school, when they're like, hey, I got with my third boyfriend this week. I didn't even know there were that many men in this school, my guy. Like, at this point, you might as well start, like, a fucking chart. How many STDs am I getting from each kid? Actually, at that point, it's more how many you're given, not how many you're getting. I mean, goddamn, one kid and you're already spreading them all everywhere. Yeah, I accidentally opened 8235347. Jesus Christ. Bro, no, sending it is diabolical. Bro, somebody's gonna go on Geometry Dash and open that shit. Somebody's gonna go, what's this? This seems kind of interesting. I want to see what this is. And then they're gonna get terrorized. They're gonna actually die. That's the issue. They're gonna die kind of like the small bunny rabbit in the society of bunny rabbits, because bunny rabbits are the original predators. And I don't mean in the way that they like their prey. I mean in the way they like their children. It's a little scary, to be honest, but you know what, I didn't create the bunnies. I mean, they create each other, so I mean, that's just how nature rolls, I suppose. That's how it is, guys. That's how it is. Alright, let's check our Rejuvenate 3 books. Today, what we're gonna be doing, because I know, sorry, my bad. I was really confused on what the fuck I was looking at for a second. We're gonna be doing a lot of, collections, because I'm a fucking freak for, I don't know. Did I just fucking put a Rejuvenate 3 with a Rejuvenate 4 book? Oh my god, bro. I'm so fucking stupid. No way, man. I didn't. Oh my god. I just went on complete autopilot, and then I realized, like, a second after I did it, I literally just. Okay, so I put 3 and 3 to make 4, right? And then I just put another fucking 3 in. I just wasted a whole fucking book. At this point, I'm losing money. Just because of the. Is that guy handling dandelion? Bro, I don't know what's going on in this place. Freaking. We're gonna be hunting down animals. Not the same way bunnies hunt down each other. I hope somebody does so they know my pain. Brother, I am very confused. You know, this seems like something that we should call the police over, and you know, it's kind of like a point where, you know, you should just dial your local representative. Yeah, actually, dial your local representative, not your police. Let's see what your political representatives have to think about that level on Geometry Dash. I feel like they never fucking give me my Rejuvenate 3 books, but you know what? Fuck that. Damn, I have a lot of fig logs. Oh wait, right, I'm trying to get the fig armor. I forgot about that part. Right, fig armor is so fig armor is just better, which is why I'm getting it. Chat, look at this. Y'all might not know about this, but that's because you're new gens and you don't know what the fuck Galatea is. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Galatea sounds fancy as hell, and that's because it is. It is so. I got on the wrong version of Minecraft. Ignore the names of all the servers I'm in. Why am I laughing? That is fucking horrifying. Hold on. Hold on. I'm on Badline client, by the way, so all the emotes you're seeing are totally vanilla. Absolutely vanilla. Why does it like to put me on 1.8? Brother. No! Oh, wait, I hit the wrong server. That might explain it. You know, it's kind of interesting, though, because Hypixel is one of those things where you don't realize what version you're playing it on until you need to go do something in the correct version, which inevitably is almost immediately, or it's right at the end. And then you've got to switch over your version, because it's not fucking working. Let me pull up Twitch on my phone and make sure. Turn off battery saver mode. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, who's the first one? It's... Nothing. Nothing at all. Don't worry. Don't worry. You know, rabbits in this day and age be acting like kids don't cost like fucking $100,000 a year. I'm gonna just dig through coins. Oh shit, I've already touched about 5 pennies. Chat, you wanna count this up with me? Hold on. While we're waiting for my Minecraft to switch versions, let's count up our money, okay? Let's see how rich we are in Hypixel coins, okay? Oh, fuck. Because these are totally Hypixel coins, alright? Alright, this is my, ooh, look at that keyboard, ooh, so fancy, ooh. I've already got a fucking, is this a nickel or is this a quarter? I'm a little fucking stupid. That's a quarter. Alright, chat, we've got 1 quarter. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna break out in so many hives later. Alright, this is our Hypixel stash, okay? This is our Hypixel stash, look at this, okay. Oh, fuck, it's literally spilling everywhere. Good thing that my father left. I don't know where I found this. I think I might have low-key stole it from my brother. Do I have gloves to handle these with? No, I don't. Oh, well, YOLO. Why'd you have to end the stream, really? Yeah, I'm allergic to fucking pennies, so I had to get rid of them. We will handle these throughout the stream as well. We're not gonna do this all at once. This is really worn. How long have these been in here? Jesus Christ. Chat, I think we might low-key be rid the stream as well. We're not gonna do this all at once. This is really worn. How long have these been in here? Jesus Christ. Chat, I think we might low-key. You're kidding? Chat, I have dollar coins in here. Like, dollar coins in here. Oh my god. That reminds me of when my grandma had tons of dollar coins, and when she told me that I could have some, I asked for like 3, and she told me fuck you, and I was like, why the hell did you even give me the option? She's a little aggressive now that I think about it. It's honestly just grandma core. You know when you just talk to somebody who's a bit on the older side and they just like say fuck you after being like really chill with you? They're kind of like the final boss of just changing their minds immediately. Well, also my family has a history of bipolar, so that also might be a contributing factor. Almost like a dominant gene in not a public square, in a Punnett square. If y'all know what that is, congratulations, you passed 1st grade. If y'all don't know what that is, y'all are young. New gen. Haha. I see people and I don't recognize their people for a second. By the way, if y'all haven't seen the new foraging update, this is the foraging update. You just... Okay. I didn't realize you could just see people. My bad. Can you get more than a fuck? That was pretty fucking... Okay, you know what? Maybe there's a easier way to do this, okay? We just go to the fucking island of somebody where you can teleport everywhere. I hate these fucking cakes, because if you look at the top of them, they aren't centered. And that shit pisses me off, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? They're pretty fucking good. A fat ass shouldn't complain too much. And you're like, oh, well, you know, well, you're a fat ass, I can tell, but what are your credentials for being a fat ass? There is a Raising Cane's an hour away, okay? let me give you all a big story. Big yum. Ooh, yum. Big yum. Not yum. Big yum. Mushroom Island. I don't remember that. Oh, whatever. It probably has been there forever. Where the hell is the Galatea? Wait. Does Galatea not exist? Am I lying to myself? Holy shit, I think I am. Okay, well that's okay, because I think the Jungle Island's the last one, is it not? Let's go here. Yes, it is. And then see, Galatea. You might think it's Galatea, but it's Galatea, okay? So we go to Galatea, and I'll show you guys how fucking satisfying this is. Alright, new gens, check this out. You see a tree, and what is your first thought? Oh my god, climate change. We should not cut that down. But really, nobody here says that, because we all don't give a fuck. We're on our computers right now. Cut it down. Cut it down. Cut it down. And look, almost as soon as we saw it, it's fucking gone. And look, while all the old environmentalists out there are watching this, we're concerned, oh my god, there's a tree, it's gone. I got a gift from that. I am an oil company, and I'm cutting down as many goddamn trees as I can, okay? If any of y'all get in my fucking way, I don't really care. None of you are going to get in my way, because, again, nobody gets in an oil company's way. That's how capitalism works, guys. You never get in the oil company's way, so don't even think about it. Don't even think, what the fuck? Where'd the leaves go on this thing? This thing looking like my dad with fucking little hairs hanging down. I love my father. It's kind of opportune comedy, I'm afraid. Throwing my father under the bus. You know, that was kind of like, I haven't told you guys about this, but, at the resort I work at, there's a TikTok they have that they run, and I work at a ziplining place, okay? Just curious. Yo, back at it again. Yo, what's up, Omega? I'm back at it. Again, who wants to check out the ID? Chat, if anybody wants to check out the Geometry Dash ID, there's a really good one that Pira Pansimo can show you. Galatea does exist, and you just type /warp Galatea. Really? Bitch! Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, because obviously I did not fucking lock in for that one. Damn. It's nice that they got all these quick ways you can get to places. But, back to a little bit of lore. Sorry. I almost said excuse me, like I just farted or some shit. Yeah, guys, that's what my farts sound like. It's like, that's like when guys say girls can't fart. Yeah, my fart sounds like when you subscribe to me on Twitch, guys. Wait, no, follow me. Those are different. My bad. I fucking cringed so hard when I said that. I'm so sorry. I'm going over here because this is like the... Damn! Who's over here cutting these trees? They're good at it. Scaffolding? The fuck? How'd you do that, man? I've never seen scaffolding here. Bro's over here building, reconstructing the trees. Hello? Damn, okay, man. I respect it. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna just, you know, I'm gonna just get out of your way, bro. I didn't realize there was a goated person here. Nah, don't really care. I want to get this tree, though. When you have a god pot, you're able to go really far up the tree, and it's really satisfying until, you know, it just starts disappearing from under you, and then you just can't fucking do shit. But you know what? That's okay. It's fine. I work at a zipline park. Like, I mean, like, you know, I basically clip people onto the zipline, and I go, hey, don't hit people in the face, don't go upside down, don't die. And then I, like, you know, I have to, like, carry them and shit, because a lot of times they'll, like, I don't know, pee themselves, and I have to deal with that. Type shit. And, bro, they had, they called me and a few of my coworkers, which are really good friends of mine. They were like, hey, we're filming a TikTok, and y'all are like, you know, I don't know, basic teenage girls. Would you like to do the TikTok for the promotion of the Zip Park? And I'm like, oh my god, yes, because I fucking love theater, and I'm like, yes, I can't wait. That was my worst fucking decision, dude. When I came in for my shift on the random Thursday, because we were just open all week, but now we're only open like a few days a week now. Like, I think it's Fridays to Sundays. No, I think it's even less than that. It's just like the weekend, you know, because, you know, nobody has the actual, like, ability to go on a holiday in the weekday because fucking inflation's insane nowadays. You know, but I just need to buckle up my bootstraps and, you know, afford a house with a candy barn, you know, 5 acres of land that was inherited me by my grandma, and, you know, I'll be able to afford a house just fine, says all the boomers out there. By the way, I have a bone to pick with anybody who believes that. If y'all believe that fucking getting a house, and I know nobody here does because all of you are, like, fucking 12, RIP gang, y'all are never getting a fucking building. Y'all better be prepared to live like you're in some fucking orphanage, and then all of you just probably, yeah, y'all are dead. I'm so sorry. Y'all are not making it out. Y'all are not gonna get any fucking groceries. If you even get that far, you're not even getting a house probably, to be honest. The fucking housing crisis nowadays is crazy, bro. But it's okay. If I get a big house, don't worry. Everybody's invited. And then I'll force you all to cook and clean like the little rats in Cinderella. I'll be like the fairy godmother, and all y'all will just have to do my shit. Let's see. Hey, hope you're doing well. Hello, Georgia Clark. I like that name. Georgia Clark sounds fun. Thank you for the purple heart. I like that purple heart. I am doing well. How are you doing today, man? I'm yapping about my work because golly, a lot has happened in the last 2 weeks. I must admit, dude. Literally though, let me paint a picture for you to how, you know, the TikTok little promotion that I was sentenced to by my wonderful supervisor. Let me tell you guys how it went. You walk in, you know, you go through your job, like, for the first half the day, and then halfway through your shift, they call you in, and they're like, hey, you've been here for a long time, you know, a few, you know, years or so, you know, a year and a half, you know, 2 years, I mean, the same pretty much. I always tell everybody I work 2 years, so they feel a little bit more comfortable as I'm strapping them into the zip line. In reality, it's really all the same. But, anyways, what the fuck is this thing doing anyways? I meet the most eccentric person of my life. And when I mean eccentric, I mean like I walk in, girl is dancing. It's like this beautifully, very, very quirky woman. I see her just fucking hitting like TikTok dances in the middle of my workplace, and I'm like, dude, this is where we get like geared up. We have like harnesses, helmets, you know, fucking ropes we gotta tie every morning, and there's just some random woman just hitting the orange justice in the middle of the fucking gear room, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know, I have a job that, you know, I could get to. Like, are we recording? And supposedly I was called in like 20 minutes before everybody else, so I had to talk to her for like 20 minutes. Very fascinating person. You never realize how many interesting people are in the world until you interact with them, and you're like, huh, yeah, I would have never guessed that somebody like you exists. But honestly, I haven't really formed enough an opinion to tell whether you're like somebody that I feel comfortable with or mildly estranged from. It's kind of scary. The new Dandadan episode is peak again. Like, it went all over the screen again. It went all over the screen. That sounds mildly suspicious, my guy. Like, extremely suspicious. Actually, I do custom logos, banners, overlays, and more for streamers at the very reasonable prices. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm not interested. I am much too basic for that. I think the person on Twitch is a bot, but they aren't. No offense, it just seems like a bot. Yeah, typically. Typically, indeed. I've run into a lot of those lately. A lot. Actually, from really the start of streaming, actually not really, maybe like, you know, 3 months into streaming, I talked with a few of them, but like, you know, if somebody messages you on Discord saying that they do art, and then you see their obviously AI, you know, profile picture, guys, don't. They're not drawing shit. They're literally probably going to ChatGPT. Guys, this is what I want to draw. What should I put in my AI prompt? Bro, why are we using bro, we can't even come up with a prompt? Like, bro, how far has it gone since then? Like, Edgar Allan Poe, I think, will be ripping his hair out at this point, because the lack of poetry is ridiculous. It's not even, like, AI art at this point. It's, like, the AI prompt for the AI art. It's just completely AI. Like, bro, tell me what's original with this. Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. It's like when you, have y'all seen on Pinterest, like, the AI pictures of Minecraft and shit? It makes no sense, because Minecraft is, like, the easiest thing to fucking build. And they're like, oh, let me just get some AI stuff. Like, no, I want to see something actually possible. What the fuck is this AI slop? AI slop. Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Do not support it. Monkey pets? Oh, yes. It is indeed, a monkey pet that I got, on the, I almost said online, like, there's fucking Amazon here. You reached the uncommon bracket? Bitch, I know I should have reached more than that, but I know I got here late. Fair enough. Fair enough. Or, touche. Dude, literally, though, the TikTok that my freaking, company had me do, what they had me do was they had me just kind of, like, you know, stand around in a harness, which wasn't even my personal harness. It was just some random harness that wasn't even in use, and had me hold like a whole tube for like tubing down a hill for summer tubing. And I know that sounds really random, but like basically think of like a water slide tube, but 10 times fucking heavier. And they were like, yeah, just hold this for 30 minutes. And I'm like, you want me to do what? Like, what the fuck? And so, you know, I could hold it because, you know, it's kind of like physically required that, you know, you're physically, you know, good for the job, because, you know, ziplining, you have to kind of like rescue people and shit. Like, you know, you gotta be actually kind of good at what you do. But dude, like, I'm not holding that shit for 30 minutes. And then they had me lip sync to a TikTok audio. And the thing is, I like to be prepared for things, okay? So I was like, okay, you know, before all of this happened, I looked up the TikTok online, the TikTok channel online, you know? I was like, okay, I should be prepared to see, you know, what they do typically in their TikToks. It was cool shit, okay? It was, like, epic, badass shit. You could see, like, you know, the things they've done at my job with the ziplining. They are actively ziplining, actively saving people. I'm like, okay, so it's gonna be a really cool montage of me saving people and me doing cool shit. And then I'm sitting here with inaccurate gear, lip syncing to a TikTok audio. And honestly, like, I'm complaining about it just because, like, it was so fucking weird. It was okay. You know, it was the most mediocre shit Absolutely ever. AI is a legit plague, bro. It is so bad. So bad. It went all over the screen. If you know, you know. Buddy, I don't think a lot of critical thinking is required for that. Although, anybody in here who uses ChatGPT, put that in your ChatGPT and see what the ChatGPT says. And also tell me what it says, because I'm kind of curious, you know? You know, it's a little hard to understand, so, you know, you might as well just put it in ChatGPT anyway. You know, what does that comment mean exactly? What's all over the screen? You know? What could it be? What could it be? I love deforestation, by the way. This is just so fun to do as we just yap. It's so good. It's so good. I also got the freaking tick larva bites at my work. I clocked out one day and I was like, hey gang, I'm not coming in today. And they were like, why not? Because I love my job. Like, genuinely, it's a really good job. The coworkers are great, like the best coworkers. But the issue is I got tick larva bites. And I told my manager that, like, yeah, Loki, I got bit by, like, hundreds of ticks. And she's like, what the fuck? And she's like, are you getting, like, Lyme disease? And I'm like, oh, no. I mean, I got him off within the hour, but, like, I'm gonna be out for, like, a week. And she's like, oh. I see. And here we are. I'm broke. I only have $700 in my fucking savings account. I was hoping to get up to 1,500. And yes, that was a flex. If y'all have a problem with it, fuck you, you're poor. And I got rich out of my own fucking work with saving people and having kids piss on me at my job. So, fuck you. Fuck you. Is inflation an episode? It is a geometry dash level. It is a specific interesting geometry dash level. If you really want to inquire about it, it is quite fascinating indeed. Honestly, I was really scared it would be like some type of rendition of like the My Little Pony inflation stuff that happened like way back in like, you know, was it 2020? It was probably way earlier than that. I don't know. I remember seeing that like for 2 seconds and I went, fuck no, I don't want to see this shit anymore. And like probably like 9-year-old me clicked off of that. It's kind of weird, honestly, guys. I don't get it, but I think the point is that nobody gets it. That's kind of like how the weird things in, oh fuck, my bad. I tried to kind of get up here. That's kind of how weird things that people like who are, you know, weird. That's kind of how it works, you know. Like they're like really odd, and you don't really get them, you know, because people are weird and kind of nasty. Not gonna lie. You know, it's kind of like, again, the kids at my school. I feel like none of them ever shower. Ever showered, actually. You know? It wasn't even like, you know, no access to it. It was like, they just said, oh, it's too much of a work. I had a guy admit that to me one time. I was just talking to him, and he was like, yeah, low-key, I don't shower. And I went, oh, excuse me? And I'm like, you don't shower? And he went, yeah, it's just a lot of work. And I went, excuse me? What? And then he proceeded to just kind of like pick at his skin, and then after that I moved my seats across the room because I don't really want to sit next to that guy. He was kind of weird, not gonna lie. Not weird in like the socially awkward way. I mean, you know, there's types of people in general, guys and girls, because I don't know, I guess people assume it's one or the other. It's literally every fucking person on the face of the earth, especially with social media, where people are just socially weird, and then you have people that are just a little bit weird in the way that, like, they're not just socially weird, but they also admit things a little bit too frequently. And I'm like, okay, man, like, I can understand the circumstances, but I don't want to fucking talk to you. Like, I get the social issues, because I used to have those. You wouldn't believe it now, though. But wow, we should know a lot less about each other, honestly. Yeah. It's like when a bunch of girls talk to me about their guys. I'm like, can you shut the fuck up, please? Like, there's a difference between having a girlfriend. There's a difference between having a girlfriend and just, you know, being with a girlfriend. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a big issue with couples nowadays where they make their significant other their entire life. Like, oh my gosh, I can't hang out today. I've got to hang out with my girlfriend. I've got to hang out with my boyfriend. Like, okay, bitch, I see you, fake ass whore. Guess we just never hang out in the past few months. I'm just kidding. I have a best friend and he's great. He don't do that shit. He don't do that shit. Absolutely. I hope not. If interested, I can show you some of my previous work on Discord so you can give me your Discord username. No, thank you. Also, Granny Seiko is bad for real, for real. That is very... Okay. That's interesting. She is like 70 years old though, but still just look them up and you will see. What? Granny Seiko from Dandadan? Granny Psycho. I assume it's Psycho. Damn! Okay, I see what you mean. She kind of looking like a soft serve ice cream from McDonald's, and honestly, I'm allergic to dairy, but damn, I would eat her up. Look at that. You know what? It's better to simp for an older woman than a jam. She is kind of fire. I mean, I'm not gay, but... I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not gay, but there are exceptions to this occasionally. There are exceptions to this occasionally. I kind of like watching people just in their natural element here. It's really funny to see what they do. It's really funny. Dude, you know though? I think it was the day before yesterday I went to Raising Cane's with my best friend. And it was raining like really bad. Like, I mean, like a really intense thunderstorms to the point where, like, you know, we couldn't really see the road, but honestly, we're both really good drivers, so we just didn't give a fuck and we just kept driving. Because for some reason, the second thunder and, you know, lightning and it starts, you know, really raining, everybody just starts shitting their pants because they don't know how to drive all of a sudden. Like, bro, just stay in your lane. Just look down to your left. And you can see the road. And I know, like, some people are like, oh, well, you know, I can't see as well because I have glasses. I have glasses too. Look at the road. And you know what? If you can't see the road, pull over so I can pass. Pull over so I can pass. Because I don't want to have you passing because I want to fucking drive and you don't. Let me pass you. Like fucking tourists in my area, because you know if you have a you know a zipline park, everybody's going, oh my god, I'm gonna go with my rich, you know, family that totally doesn't come across as extremely rude and entitled. They don't know how to drive. Literally, there's a freaking I live in the middle of nowhere, but there's a stoplight like pretty close to my house. Honestly, pretty close to my house. I see tourists just turn left on red. Just turn left on red. You know how those signs at some of the intersections, especially, you know, people who drive will get this. You can usually, unless there's a sign saying otherwise, and this is for Americans, this is what I'm basing it off of. If you're from a different country, it's very different, usually. But it's still the same principle. If you're turning right and you typically drive on the right side of the road, you're in a country that drives on the right side of the road, you can usually turn right on red. Turning left? I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about that. That seems a little, unintelligent, honestly. A little stupid. You know, and like, you know, and just casually, you know, oh, I'm just gonna run the red light. Yeah, that'll work out good. I'd be the grandpa that stepped up for real. Nah, on God, he went to go get some milk, but I'm going to go get her milk, if you know what I mean. I mean, damn. Who said? Literally so good, bro. Not gonna lie, some characters in anime, they make unnecessarily, like, physically crazy attractive, and I'm like, damn, that should be me when I'm 80, low-key. I should be able to walk around and fucking, I don't know, walk in general. I mean, that's kind of the goal, you know. I don't really have any grandparents because they're either, you know, horrible people or they're, like, dead. But if I had a grandparent, I would hope that they would have, you know, that same physical ability to walk and do shit. You know what I mean? Okay, well, you know what? I don't think that really works, honestly, in this context. But you know what? What I'm trying to say is kind of there. So it works. It works. It works. Trust, chat. Trust. It works. Trust. You'll understand. Surely. Surely.
For those
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. You know, it's you know sometimes you don't exactly say what everything you want to say, okay? But anyways, I went, you know, over an hour just to go to Raising Cane's, and there's you know, there's some food places closer nearby that we could have gone to, but I told my friend, I was just like, low-key, I'm digging Raising Cane's. Fun fact, we went to Raising Cane's prior to this escapade that I'm talking about 2 days earlier. So we are basically going every other 2 days to drive an hour away to go to fucking Raising Cane's. And I know there's a lot of discourse about Raising Cane's being good or bad. I think they have really good chicken, and I really like just dousing the fucking everything with the sauce, okay? And they also have High C fruit punch, so that's the reason I go. It's kind of addicting, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if they put nicotine in their stuff. But anyways, I ate it, and I was like, damn. I was like George from fucking Young Sheldon. Hot damn. Is Meemaw's brisket bussin'? Hot damn. If y'all know what I'm talking about, that's a meme I've seen on like fucking TikTok every day, I swear to God. It's so fucking funny. Please share me your Discord on my whispers. Bro, no, I am not giving you my Discord. No. I have no idea how else to say it. No, I'm not giving you my Discord. Have a nice day. I am not giving you my Discord. This feels a little bit like a robbery at some point. A little bit aggressive at some point. Give me your Discord. No, I'm not giving you that. No. You know, there's a lot of things in life that you gotta learn how to do. And honestly, I think some of the... Okay, fair enough, honestly. Fair enough. I was a little bit confused that I just plummeted to the ground, but then I realized there was another dude just mining the fucking tree, and I was like, oh, okay, my bad, gang. Didn't realize there were other people here. Forgot that other people exist, you know, I'm just so egotistical, narcissistic. I mean, you know, I'm streaming, obviously I am. Obviously, I love hearing the sound of my own voice. Yeah! My bad, I had a little bit of a aneurysm there. You know when you feel like, you know, you have like an artery and your blood explode and then you like tell somebody and they're like, when you get to my age, it's gonna feel like you've got hemorrhoids all the time and kidney stones in your ass cheeks. And I'm like, okay, buckaroo. I mean, don't have to get freaky with it, but there's literally, I walk a dog and like, you know, I think I've said this a bit with yesterday's stream, but every day around like 6 o'clock, I go and walk this dog in an assisted living facility, and it's really fun, you know, because again, I don't really have any grandparents, so, you know, it's kind of my way to have like grandparents in a sense, and I know quite a lot of them. They're actually like, you know, really sweet, contrary to the popular belief of boomers. They're older than boomers, and they're quite sweet, to be honest. I have almost been indoctrinated into multiple things multiple times, which I did briefly mention. They like to try to force me to adapt to every single religion. And I don't mean just Christianity. Like, they diversify their portfolios like a young kid trying to get into a college program. I have been indoctrinated into about as many religions as I think as about as many fucking toes I have on my feet. It's kind of interesting, though. Because they'll say, like, you know when people, like, try to push, like, stuff on you? Not even, like, just religion, but in general, like, their way of thinking, and you're just kind of sitting there, like the chill, like, guy meme. You're just like, I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Like, I'm over here worrying about if I can afford a house. I don't really care about that stuff right now. You know? And it's not really any hate to that. But honestly, I don't know. If anybody thinks I'm being hateful, I mean, honestly... Whatever, man. I don't really care. There's a lot of cancel culture nowadays, and honest to God, if there's anything I'm being canceled for, it's probably because I like to fight with people. So maybe I should be a little bit more aggressive with my takes. Yeah, honestly, it's really odd, and I was just kind of like, you know, I don't really fuck with this, so I just kind of left. You know, I just kind of went. I just exited the area, because yeah, I mean, you know, when somebody's talking to you. And you don't like what they're saying, just fucking leave. Just, like, literally walk away. Just literally say, hey, I appreciate your time, but I'm going. Like, I'm leaving. I got shit to do. And then if they're like, hey, I wasn't done talking to you, and I'm like, well, I'm done talking with you. Bye, bitch. They keep aggressing you. She's gonna try to ram into me with her fucking electric scooter. It tips over. Woohoo! Pop a wheelie! Oh, something else popped. I think it might have been the kneecap. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. What was that? What was that? Oh, I don't know. Keep it up? What are you saying, Agatha? Your fucking contest hasn't even ended yet. What are you saying to me? My bad. I thought she was saying interesting. I don't even watch anime. Fair. Do you watch any TV shows in general? What kind of stuff do you consume? I know you play Geometry Dash and stuff. I like watching anime mainly because I'm a fucking nerd, and I don't know. Why do I like watching anime? I guess it's just like the form of media I like to consume. I guess that's kind of how a lot of people just describe it, to be honest, though. I mean, you know, they're like, why do you watch this show? Because I like it. I don't know. Because I think it's kind of nice. Because I think it's got a good plot. Because I think it's cool. I don't know, little bro. I just watch it because I watch it. Hold on, I'm gonna re-pause my music because it always likes to pause on this little cube song. I love this song. I love this song. Boom! Remember me? Yes, I do remember the fur Geometry Dash player. I liked your levels. I'm saying Draconics needs to watch. Yeah. Dandadan. I literally need to, bro. I want to do so many reaction stuff because I haven't watched JoJo and I've been recommended that a lot. I haven't watched Naruto. I think I tried to once, but I didn't. I've watched a bit of One Piece, but bro, after they made all the fucking women just look like sluts of the same kind, I didn't really give a shit because, like, there's a difference between, you know, like, good writing and then every fucking good scene that you're waiting to watch is interrupted by just you know, some woman's double D's squished up to look like they're triple Z's, and I'm like, bro, it ruins the moment, it really does. Like, bro, I wish I was a lesbian so I could enjoy it, but I don't even think I'd enjoy it as a lesbian. Like, bro, it just kind of looks like two fucking rubber bouncy balls just in my fucking face. Like, move the hell out of the way. I want to see the cool fucking action in the background, my guy. You have lovely melons. I don't give a fuck. Get them out of my face. Please get a reduction. Can we have a reduction of your screen time, please? Or, you know, better yet, can we just, like, make good fucking characters, too? Fun fact, chat. How to write a good female character? Write a male character, make it female. It's almost like the only difference is the fact that she's a woman. And then give her big bazonkas, because honestly... I'm just kidding. I'm really kidding. I'm really kidding. But seriously, though, that is my biggest issue with fucking anime, honest to God. That's why, I fucking hate fan service so much. Any type of fan service. Like, I thought JJK was cool, and I was like, you know what? W with everything, but when it's just like it has no relevance to the plot, I'm like, I don't really give a shit, man. Like, I really genuinely don't. So fucking unnecessary. So fucking unnecessary. So bad. That's my Discord. Did you add me? No, bro. I am not adding you on Discord. Bro really wants it. Bro really wants the fucking Discord. I don't want you. Get away! No. I am not adding you on Discord. Fighting the bots one bot at a time. Did they add these little lush things? By the way, I've always thought these look like Fruit Loops. Please somebody tell me that these look like Fruit Loops because I don't know. I crave validation because I don't have a grandparent to give me it. I would literally, dude, Grandpa Psycho is fine. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna say that occasionally. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's gonna be so fire. I'm so glad that I'm able to just stream again, dude. I was actually so fucking dead for like the past like week and a half. Dude, literally, I'm so glad. So glad. To be honest, anime is legit hold on. To be honest, anime is legit almost the only, holy fuck, the only type of content anyone can consume. Fair enough, honestly. But just know Dandadan will make you question what's happening every single second. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I've heard a lot of good and bad about it. The bad part being the aliens and their very odd sexual things. And I've also heard good things about it, like the characters and shit like that. I've also heard a bit of the female MC and how she's obsessed with this guy named Kin Takakura, and she dates Kin Takakura. That is, like, I would, like, you know, oh my god, no spoilers, gang. It literally happens in, like, I believe, like, the first fucking episode. It's literally not even a spoiler. But whatever, man. Whatever, man. What do I know? What do I know? As long as she doesn't get fucking, like, her clothes taken off every other scene, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. But if I literally load that shit up and every fucking episode is fan service, I will shit my fucking self, bro. I fucking hate that shit. But I believe in y'all with your recommendations that it's not like that. I believe it. I believe it. Dude, I need to do probably, actually no. Have y'all watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Because I've watched it, and bro, it is like the masterpiece of an anime. Everybody who watches it, it's easily top 3 for them. It's so good. They also have the 2003 version, but it's only on Blu-ray, and it should be arriving in about like 3 days at my house, and I'm watching it on my Xbox One, is the idea. It's like how my mom asked the family, hey guys, you want an Xbox One or a PlayStation? Which, first off, I don't even know I had the money for that. Obviously, she didn't. We didn't. We got an Xbox One. All of us were like, oh, can we get PlayStation? Can we get PlayStation? We got an Xbox. And honestly, fair the fuck enough. I wasn't the one paying for it, but brother, why give me the illusion of choice? What is this power play? What is this power move? Mother, what does this mean? What do you ask me about PlayStations? Is this coming soon? Is it like in the works? Do I have to upgrade it like I'm a part of some like Roblox tycoon? Like what's going on? What's going on? Little bit unnecessary, honestly, I'd say. A little bit unnecessary. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna try to just see if I can get this one done, but I do want to do the one behind me. Yep, this one. Regenerate faster. There we go. I love it when the trees regenerate just for me to immediately chop them down. I bet it's so healthy for this environment. Well, I'm gonna go for like 10 to 20 minutes or so, then I'll be back 100%. But if I don't see anyone in chat, have a good day, and tomorrow, see you guys. Alright, see you, Omega. You have a nice break night day. Alright, thank you for stopping by, and especially thank you for suggesting the Dandadan and kind of the censoring stuff and how to figure out how to do that. Because it really is smart to just see what other people do. Like, Danny Mota, I don't know if y'all watch him, but I watched him react to a bunch of stuff. He's funny as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. And he says funny shit, not gonna lie. So I watched some of the stuff he reacts to. Like, when I had a friend group that was super obsessed with the Owl House, I was like, okay, you know, I'll watch him react to that. He's really fucking funny when he reacts to shit, not gonna lie. And also Gravity Falls, it was really entertaining. So I think I might low-key just take a lot of inspiration from him and what he does in order to, like, realize how I avoid copyright, because I don't really want to deal with copyright, because I'm getting to the point where, unfortunately, my channel is going to be monetized. Yay! More people to the channel! I love it! No! I'm gonna get copyrighted easier. This is- it sucks. They're gonna actually ask for money and compensation for the fact I'm using audios. Literally crazy, though. Absolutely rabid. Ratchet. You know, fun fact, guys, I actually have my D&D campaign that I did like 3 weeks ago. I haven't done it in 3 weeks, but I'm doing it this Saturday, and I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know on the little secret, okay? I am putting the players through the ringer, as any nice little DM does, okay? It's my first time DMing, and honestly, it's been the most fun I've ever had in a D&D campaign, because, you know, I'm running it and I know everything. I can't wait to make them fuck themselves over, but also have the most fun they've ever had in their life. Because right now, they're in, like, a music festival, and it's kind of like, you know, the Percy Jackson Lotus Casino type of event. If y'all don't know what that is, if you're planning to watch the Percy Jackson movie, mute your stream for exactly 10 seconds. But otherwise, what it is it's like a casino that has like these little lotus flower treats, and every time you eat them, it makes you kind of euphoric. It makes you experience euphoria, which is like basically extreme happiness, and it basically lulls you into a false sense of security, and you end up spending years and years and years at the casino. And basically it traps you in there for all of eternity. And so you're stuck there, giving basically, I think they like, I don't know, I think they like take your life force or something like that, and they power the casino that way. So that's the type of situation my D&D players are at. Dylan, if you're watching this, ignore everything I just said. Ignore everything I just said, please. Although, that would be kind of crazy. It's fine. If any of them are watching this and they figure it out, DM me right now and we can figure out some cool lore, because you would have just found out some cool lore. But usually they pop in usually for a bit more of the chaotic streams. This one's a bit more chill, which is you know, it's kind of nice. You know, it's kind of nice to have these kind of nice, chill streams every once in a while, especially when, you know, you've got bitten by hundreds of tick larvae. I mean, you know, you kind of need a break at some point. Because, you know, hundreds of tick larvae biting you, it's not exactly, painless. You know, it's not exactly a painless death. It is a death, indeed, though. Fun fact, though, if y'all get bit by ticks, it's actually a really good indicator if you look at the tick and you take pictures of it and you actually show it to your doctor in a little baggie. Literally bag that shit up like you're taking it to your fucking lunch table. At, like, you know, you're fucking packing your lunch for school. Put it in a Ziploc bag, okay? If you get bitten by a tick, place it in a Ziploc bag, show that shit to your doctor, and be like, yo, can you send this to someplace to get it tested to see if I'm gonna get any, you know, diseases? Because, really, the tick-borne illnesses, aka, y'all know what ticks are too, right? They're like little, they're like little parasitic creatures that are tiny, and they give you horrible diseases like Lyme disease, Rocky Mountain spotted fever, depending on what area you're in. Type shit like that. And you also got tons of stuff in, like, you know, South America, Asia, where, like, it's very specific in different ways, stuff like that. Don't fuck with them, bro. Literally, wear bug spray, but that doesn't deter them. Wear tick spray, especially in the summer and you're in an area where they exist. When I get older, I'm moving. I'm not fucking dealing with them. When I was younger, I'd have, like, hundreds of them in my hair. Not hundreds. I'd have tens of them in my hair, though. I'd have, like, 20, 25 at a time. It was bad. And I have, like, really coarse hair, too. Really thick, dense hair. So, go figure with that one. Although, when I become, like, 85, I'm literally going to have the most luscious ass hair. Y'all are gonna be bald as shit. I'm gonna be so fucking good looking. And seriously, I want someone to open the ID at this point. It is 8235347. Also, why did Caps Lock do that? It's like something, sometimes Caps Lock just it just, like, makes random things capitalized. And, you know, sometimes you do it on purpose, like, you know, when you're trying to sound like, it's like when, you know, text, you can't really tell what other people are thinking. It just, like, makes random things capitalized. And, you know, sometimes you do it on purpose, like, you know, when you're trying to sound like, it's like when, you know, text, you can't really tell what other people are thinking or saying, so, you know, you just, when you type, you make your stuff. It's sometimes people they just like to tell you random things, and your caps lock is kind of like that. I don't know where I was going with that thought process. I low-key blanked halfway through. I'm not gonna lie with you, gang. I'm not gonna lie with you, gang. That was kind of intense, not gonna lie. Kind of intense. Oh shit, I need to mine trees. Actually, after we mine the trees one more time, I'm gonna check our progress with our enchanted fig stuff. Because the more enchanted fig stuff that we have, the better, because then we can make it into, I forgot what it's called. Do I have any of it in my inventory? No, I don't think I do. But it's like if you take enchanted fig and you make it enchanted again, basically, you get even cooler stuff. I hear myself on my phone. Unfortunately, there's usually not too many people who play Geometry Dash, except for yesterday in the chat. Although it would be nice to have more people in the chat for Geometry Dash, for real. Alright, let's see. Enchanted fig logs. So look, you can get enchanted fig logs, right? But you can also get fig stone. Right. Where's I have my compactor. Okay. So watch this. This is about to get pretty intense with the way we're about to do this. Do I have e-chests that I can just put all this shit in? Of course not. I'm a very messy person. In fact, my room is always quite messy, if anybody's ever wondering. I know people usually think I have a clean room for some fucking reason. They also sometimes think I'm a guy, which low-key I appreciate the compliment, because they say, I just unlocked Achievement Predator 2? I don't like little kids. Achieve hunting. Oh, it's a hunting level X. Okay, nice. That was a little scary there for a second. I don't like little kids, guys. You know? You know what I mean? If y'all say, oh, I don't know what you mean, then you're definitely— what the fuck? Why am I unlocking all these achievements right now? You know what? I ain't gonna question it, you know, I'm unlocking achievements. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not, man? Alright, hold on. Let me put abysmal lasso. The fuck? Okay. Tender wood. I don't give a freak, brother. Brother. Sketch Tuesday. Sketch Tuesday. My bad. Let's see here. I don't— okay, fine. I won't put that in there? Yeah, you're fine. Is there, like, literally nothing else I can get rid of? That might be it. That might be it, chat. Yeah, let's just go with this. Okay. I can do this? This is so good! The way you can just go immediately to it. Oh my god, this is great. I should have learned about this earlier. Hi, Figstone. Hello, Giraffe Dude, the Minecraft gamer. I like Giraffe Dude. That's a cool username. Yes, I'm getting the Fig armor. And I just really like obliterating the trees here because it's kind of satisfying, and also the ecosystem isn't— I'm sorry, that was really random. The ecosystem is not damaged by it. So you know what? W, win-win. I have a few materials stashed away. Most of them are Fig. So we should get those. I mean, I only have 99k. It's a pretty decent amount. You know, we just sit here and just let it all compact. It might be a minute. But this is honestly Hypixel core. You know when you just like get on Hypixel and you just do shit and it's just this? This is the type of shit you see people do. While we're here, let's organize some coins. Let me make sure y'all can see them really quick. Alright, yes. Y'all can see them, okay. So, chat, these are the coins we have. Alright. Now, this is kind of like Minesweeper, but Death Edition, because you can't really avoid them because they've touched everything else, but I'm allergic to pennies. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically a lot of fucking pennies. What happens when we touch a penny? All of you are asking. I break out in hives and I almost die. So let's get all the pennies out of the way, okay? 1. Let's just move everything out of the way so then I can just put all the pennies to the side. I can already feel my fucking skin itching, and I literally have only touched them for like maybe a second each. Oh, it's a lucky penny. Look at that, chat. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? I can't wait to douse 500 Benadryl down my fucking gullet after this. We're so rich though. I want to just count this up, you know. I want to know how many coins we have. I like how occasionally my compression my compressor, wait, what is this called? Compactor. Yes, compactor just stops in the background because it's a little bit chaotic. It's a little bit chaotic, but you know what? It's okay. I have a lot of pennies. But yeah, like I said earlier, chat, that is not what I meant to grab. I accidentally grabbed a shit ton of end stone. Let me just throw that out of my inventory really quick. Let me just throw that out. Oh my god, look, I'm already down like a whole fucking... Oh wait, did I do all of it? Oh damn, I did. Okay, hold on. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Look at that. 6 fig stone. Is that not almost enough to make some pants? Is that not almost enough to make some pants, chat? Is it not? Is it not? What's up, Zan? How you doing? You got 100 subs? I did! I looked at it today and I was like, bro, when the hell did that happen? Freaking insane. We're looking through my insanely rich stash of coins that I'm half allergic to because I can't touch pennies. Fun fact, I graduated in high school, like, I don't know, like, a few months ago. Like, I don't know, in spring, fucking June. Yeah, June. I graduated in June. And the class I was taking up to graduation had an amazing science teacher. She was great, and we did a penny lab. It was really fucking weird having to go up to her. I went up to her and I was like, hey, this is great. I like the idea of, you know, taking pennies and, you know, I don't know, fucking weighing them based on when they were made. But I can't fucking touch them because I'm allergic. I can already feel my fucking sweat dripping down my neck. This is horrible. My hand is like shaking a lot and everything. I fucking hate pennies, bro. I don't know why I'm so allergic to them. It's horrible. Oh wait, hold on. I see one more. I think I've just gotten all of them out. So all the pennies are just gonna go off to the side. We're not counting those because fuck those. This is what my Hypixel stash looks like, gang. I'm rolling in the money. And we also, fuck, I keep finding the goddamn pennies. Should not be touching them, but that's okay. We also have $3 coins. $3 coins. Ooh, ooh, yum, yum, yum. So many chat. You wouldn't believe how rich I am. I can't believe I just like found this in my fucking like bed yesterday. And yes, I mean like the place where I sleep, like I just found it there. I don't exactly know how it happened. It just kind of happened, to be honest with you guys, but it would kind of explain why my head has been a little bit stiff and my neck has been a little bit stiff, because I was sleeping on a bag of coins instead of, you know, a regular fucking pillow. Ooh! My axe was upgraded to 11 sweep. Ooh! Fancy, fancy. You need dungeon carries? Yes or no? You good? You good? You good? Don't worry, man. I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. I like your name, too. Oh, crying. It's nice. It's like, crying obsidian. I actually, started a Bedrock World with some friends over the past 2 days since I've been recovering from all the insane amount of fucking bites that were on my legs and everywhere in general, because, you know, fucking, like, insects and parasites in general, they just want to eat you alive all the time, and not in a very cutesy way like, you know, that hot grandma from Dandadan, like I want her to, but I'm just kidding. I'm really kidding. This is why everybody thinks I like fucking women. They are very itchy and very aggressive. Don't die. It is my word of caution to you guys. I wasn't expecting just to like get on top of the tree and just go absolutely hurtling toward that one, but you know what? It happens. It happens sometimes. It happens. Yeah. My level almost done, so I am going to work on it. I will be back soon. Hell yeah, man! Fucking tell me when it's done. Tell me when it's done. If you can make a no-clip version. If you can make a no-clip version. That would be awesome. Although I know, if actually, no, just like verify it yourself. And then upload a video of you verifying it. Yeah, that's what you should do. Because then, I can see it in its full beauty. Because that would be amazing. Take your time, though. Take your time, though. You know, it's like they say masterpieces take a long time, okay? Masterpieces take a long time to create. Most of the time. Sometimes you low-key just work on it, and it just kind of works out. But sometimes it works out really well, really fast. Does it happen for you? Of course not. Does it happen for child prodigies around the world who are 8 years old and know how to play every single instrument? Of course it does. Because they're called child prodigies for a reason. Child prodigies, indeed. Oh, I need to collect my wonderful tickets. I can't wait to sell these. Let's go sell these. Fun fact, chat, just sell your fucking tickets. Sell your coupons, and it's honestly such a good deal. Like, literally, look at this. 1 million? Easy. Easy clap. 1 million for just one, well, actually, like 4 events for Agatha. It's so fucking good. It literally is so good. Oh my god, the bots have finally entered the chat. You know, I'm so proud of the bots. They're now entering the chat when I have, like, actually, like, viewers and shit like that. Like, you know, it's really impressive, not gonna lie. You know, it's like when you see somebody have a little bit of human decency and they just ruin it half the time. It's amazing. Galatea. Let's go to Galatea. You know, I'm wondering if we can hunt some things while we're here. I'm feeling a little bit too passive by deforestation, kind of similar to an oil company. Let's go see if we can kill something. And the things that we can kill are, like, down below, I believe. So let me see if I can get down. That was pretty easy. Oh, wait, let me get this. Yeah. A mudworm shard. How lovely. There is a cave around here that has creatures, does it not? Where would that cave be? Is it indeed over here? It is indeed over here. Oh, they don't do much. Health. Damage. Yeah. Where are you? Bitch, come here. Oh, right, I need my black hole. Hold on. Can you give me a second, ladies? I need to go figure this out. I don't have it. Oh well. Though that was a pretty nice, just beat down of some random fucking thing. Well, we're gonna go back to deforestation. We're gonna go back to deforestation, chat. I think that might be, oh fuck. I think that might have been, I think that might be where our strength lies, honestly, you know? It's, what the, okay. That was interesting. It's okay, you know, sometimes you make mistakes and you just deal with them. You just deal with it, you know. It's fine. It's fine. Let's just keep on doing this, okay? Okay. Let's just stick on what, you know, what we're used to, what feels normal, what feels okay, what feels creative. Chat, I'm begging, please turn off fairy soul waypoints. Oh yeah, I got you, man. Hold on, let me turn that shit off. For a second, I was like, wait, where are they? And then I realized they don't have those exactly to here. Fairy soul waypoints. There you go. Yeah, they do get really, really annoying if you have like half of them and then they just don't like keep track of which ones you have, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get this new fairy soul. And it's the same fucking fairy soul that's baited you into thinking that you haven't gotten it for like the 100th time in a row. That's happened honestly quite often. I've only been playing the game for about like maybe 6 months at this point. Damn, actually, yeah, wait, no, maybe like 7.5 months. Damn, we've been playing for a long time, chat. We've been playing for a long time. Imagine when it gets to a year. Oh, right on my birthday, too. Right on January. Fucking start of the year. Wake up. It's the first of the month. I've been getting so many of those every first day of the month. I love that it's like, it's not even like a trend anymore. It's a tradition. Everybody be saying that. Hey, we leveled up our Skyblock level. Goated. Goated. I remember when I used to play this with friends, and then I didn't know how the fuck it worked. And honestly, I still don't. I just do whatever the fuck I want to do, to be honest, chat. I really just do whatever the fuck I feel like, which honestly is quite fun. I like the satisfaction of completing my collections. I think that's what we should work on quite often. Kind of what we're working on now. Although the collections for this area are completed for what I'm doing. The only thing we don't have for this area is, I believe, yeah, the sea loomies, the lush lilacs, the vine saps, and the mangrove stuff, because it's just not quite there yet. Yeah, keep trying to bite me, stupid bitch. You can't get me. Can't get me. I'm used to being bitten by kids back in elementary school. Actually, I was the kid who would bite everybody when I was younger. I'm the kid who would bite everybody who's younger. You know what? I've explained this lore about 3 months ago on stream, but I'm gonna tell you guys about my delinquent years in middle school. You know, they always say to the parents, the teenager years are the hardest. The teenager years are the worst. Your kid will hate you. Your kid will go against everything that you try to do. First off, that's a complete lie. The toddler stage is the worst, according to my parents, because what I would do is I would go against everything they say. I wouldn't listen to them, and then I'd run into a fucking wall and just start fucking crying for hours on end. So honestly, I think that was my worst stage of my life, where my parents, honest to God, I think they dropped me a few times on the head just to try to shut me up. But now they've got somebody who just never fucking shuts up. But it's not crying. I don't really cry anymore. At all. All I do now is I just fucking talk all the time. But you know what? I would rather talk all the fucking time rather than cry. Because crying honestly fucking sucks, because it just makes you feel like shit. Everything is flimmy and everything fucking hurts. Not gonna lie. Although I wonder if that's kind of normal. But disregarding everything, being a teenager and having at least decently good parents that you can respect in a sense is actually quite a lovely experience, because they actually fucking listen. And a lot of times, you don't have that type of shit. You don't have that type of shit. Some people do, some people don't. Fair, very fair enough. It's low-key just your lot in life that you get, to be honest. Fucking teenager years, for me, I feel like I've been kind of better with my parents. Toddler years, my worst. But my most rebellious, my fucking elementary school years. I never realized how much of a bad kid I was until I looked back on it, because I got like the best grades. I got into all the advanced programs to the point where they were teaching me pre-calc and actual calculus, and also Roman numerals, like aggressive Roman numeral type shit. Like literally STEM, aggressive algebra, trigonometry, as a fucking 4th and 5th grader, because it was like a 2-year program. I was in the really intense stuff. I was being heavily bullied, but that didn't stop me, okay? I went through some rebellious shit, okay? I would come home to my parents, yo, I'm being bullied. They didn't do shit, so what did I do? I started a fighting ring at my school. When you can't fucking fight back because you're too much of a wuss, just fuel your anger somewhere else. We had a beautifully, beautifully, beautifully large playground, okay? And when I mean, like, you know, a beautifully large playground, I mean, the playground was a really good size for an elementary school. Like, for this area, we have a lot of rural areas, so, you know, we had a lot of space to work with. It was absolutely phenomenal, to be honest with y'all. Absolutely delicious area. We had a soccer field. We had an area behind the soccer field that had, like, you know, a bunch of sheds and some trees that I would constantly climb up with my best friend, and then we'd get splinters and get hepatitis. Not hepatitis, that is not what I meant. It's like whatever you like get scratched by a rusty nail, and then you, like, I don't know, you get fucking issues with it. It starts with a T, I know that. Titus? I don't remember what it's called, but it's something like that. We also had a wonderful honeysuckle bush by this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful patch of kind of like plains, you know, meadow kind of area. It was a really big playground area. And of course, you know, we also had just like the basic playground with the swings and stuff. Now, you might be wondering, what the fuck is a fight club in elementary school? I'll tell you what a fight club in elementary school was. I can tell you because I started it. A fight club in elementary school is not, oh, you know, we're gonna. I threw punches at these bitches, okay? And the thing is the teachers, they didn't really do shit, to be honest with you, because most of the time we would either punch each other, kick each other, or throw rocks at each other. All consensual, by the way. You know, if you ever hear somebody who's, like, you know, beating their boyfriend or something, which is a lot more common than you think, honestly, which is very alarming, to be honest. I guess people just don't joke about that shit. I don't think it should be a joke anyway, but getting a little bit sidetracked here. We were fighting. Fighting was very uncommon. But honestly, anything really went. Anything really went. You know, it kind of depended on who was there that day. It would always be either me or the other person that I ran the fight ring with. And the thing is, too, is, okay, so you know how it functions, right? Because, you know, every government needs their way of functioning. It was just accepted that I was in charge of this motherfucking fight ring, okay? I wasn't even a confrontational kid. I was an extremely shy kid. I don't know what the fuck possessed me to make a fighting ring. You would look at me as a kid, blonde-haired kid, because I was one of those, you know, people that had blonde hair as a kid. I was just, you know, a kid with straight hair, by the way. My hair is super curly now, but it used to be super straight. Super straight, perfect grade, blonde hair kid with a fucking fighting ring at my elementary school. I would be very active in it too. I wouldn't just run it. Like I started it. Like, you know, when you start up a business, you've got to kind of cater to it for a few years until it gets going. But damn, with the amount of fucking clientele I was getting, it was only a few days until all these fuckers came flooding in. Oh, we want to go for the fighting ring. And then it became into an actual fucking thing. Here's how it starts. Okay, here's how it starts. You start off with an idea, okay? I tell my friend, hey, also a really good kid that has a lot of good grades. A's and B's. Not straight A's like I had, but A's and B's, okay? Because they weren't in the STEM program with me, but they were really, really fucking intelligent, not gonna lie. Hey, what if we started throwing rocks at each other on the playground? Whoa, dude. That's a really fucking good idea. Why didn't we think about this before? Kids are simple creatures, and I was a simple creature, okay? All I wanted to do was fucking throw rocks at people. So we threw rocks, okay? I started off with me and this other person, and we started talking in classes, you know, we get ready, and this is around, you know, by the way, this was like years of a fighting ring, okay? Like, this went on for years. Honestly, I'd say it was kind of in the middle to the end of my years at elementary school, which makes sense because that's when the bullying started, which is funny because, you know, I'd kind of beat up kids in my free time. But anyways, here's how it goes. If you wanna, I posted a new video of the level. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, man. I'll check that out. I'll get through a little bit of the craziness of my delinquent years in elementary school, where I started a fighting club. Well, it's more like a fight ring. It didn't really have an official thing. I mean, you just kind of showed up and threw rocks at each other and, you know, beat each other up. But you know what? It's kind of like a fight club. Nobody really talked about it, but they talked about it, if that makes sense. Everybody just thought it was normal, not gonna lie. I don't know how it went on. I would say I don't know how it went on that long, but the teachers never really intervened, to be honest. I think they just kind of said, fuck it. The only thing they made us not do was the honeysuckle bush that was kind of just barely outside of the school property. What all of us would do, and especially the fight club when it got, like, really aggressive, because, you know, what any elementary schooler hears about, you know, beating each other with, you know, rocks and, you know, your bare fucking fists. I mean, everybody just flocks. So, you know, I had a pretty big following, honestly, with the fight club. We would all gather human shields, like we were all having a gigantic conversation. And keep in mind, this isn't like 3 or 4 kids. This is like 12, 13. I'm telling you, this fucking fight club was profitable. And I'll get into that in a minute. We would all make a human fucking shield where it looks like we're talking to each other, and then 2 at a time, we'd all go start eating from the honeysuckle plant. And I'm gonna be like so honest with y'all twins. That shit didn't taste like anything. That honeysuckle plant was ass. I kept trying to do it, and I'd have to have somebody else teach me how to do it, or they'd have to get it for me, because I just didn't know how to fucking, like, you know, eat honeysuckle, because, you know, I don't know. I live in an ingredient household. We don't even have fucking plants available to us. It's literally just a fucking handful of cornstarch for a meal. It tasted like nothing. So I would usually just say, yo, I don't really care. Like, you know, I'm here for y'all. I'm like the mafia boss, low-key. I'm like fucking Gacha Life creators would go crazy with the stories I had to offer in fucking 2020, bro. I just sat there and I was a human shield. The teachers caught on pretty easily, though, to be honest. I mean, you know, when kids were throwing rocks at each other, it didn't really fucking matter. But when they're eating the honeysuckle plant, that was a big fucking issue. I don't make the rules. They just did that. They just did that, to be honest. Hello, Omega, welcome back. You had to go for a bit longer than I said earlier. Yeah, literally. I feel that so hard. Oh, the fight ring. I remember when you talked about that a while ago. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm offering a little bit more context this time. Because, you know, it's not really also just a fight ring, but it was a way to kind of, like, you know, organize kind of a bit of, like, it's kind of like, I guess, how a cult would function. Like, and I don't mean that in any specific way, except for the fact that, like, you had a leader. You had people who were kind of close to the leader, and then you had followers that, like, just, they would literally follow you to the ends of the earth. That's how serious fucking elementary school fight club was. Okay, talking about the profitability of it, though. The fighting ring started off as pure fucking sport. Like, pure, hey, the FitnessGram Pacer test measures how good we are, and I would be so fucking competitive in that. I hated to admit I was competitive, but damn. I mean, I started a fucking fighting ring. I'm pretty sure that means I'm pretty fucking competitive, to be honest. They were aggressive, okay? I obviously started it with my best friend at the time. I mean, I don't really talk with them, but, I mean, it's just kind of funny to think about. I might message them on Instagram, honestly, later tonight to ask them if they remember that shit. And they'll be like, who are you? Wait, I do remember a fight ring. Are you the person who did that with me? But fucking, we would just literally sit. Not even out of the, like, not really even out of the teacher's view. We'd just kind of go in, like, a corner of the playground. So it was a bit obscured from the teacher's view. But, I mean, if they were looking at us for 2 seconds, they could probably tell what the fuck we were doing. So they really, I'm convinced they just kind of let that shit go on. Like, I really am. I'm convinced they just said fuck that, honestly. Which is funny that, you know, they were so anal about, you know, us eating the honeysuckle plant, but, you know, beating each other with rocks was totally fine. Totally fine. But yeah, we just basically, let me like reenact this. So basically, this guinea pig right here. I hope you guys can hear it squeaking. It's really endearing, honestly. My mom got me this because I fucking love guinea pigs. You squish it, and then it makes. Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this. Let me just move that. This right here is my best friend. Hey, I've been thinking recently, I've been getting bullied at school. It kind of sucks. You know, like physically, mentally, all the above. I kind of need a way to vent my stress. Are you okay if I just beat the shit out of you and you beat the shit out of me? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We should do that. The fight club is born. And so we go and we decide, okay, we need to go to a place where the teachers can't find us. And on the way, we're also going to the parking lot a little bit, because you know, like parking lot when like a bit of the asphalt like, you know, snaps off and it's like kind of like a hard rock. Those were the rocks we used because we didn't have actual rocks. It was either mulch or the asphalt that cracked off. And we didn't get the asphalt too often, so usually we just kind of punched each other or threw mulch in each other's hair. This sounds more and more bad as I say it, to be honest with y'all. Let me move my camera just a bit upwards so I don't have to bend down. Okay, we're gonna fight. We choose the edge of the playground, not the edge furthest away, because who wants to walk that far? No, the teachers should be able to see this if they really try. And we just start, like, just beating the shit out of each other. Like, I mean, like, genuinely. Like, we didn't get really too many, like, bodily issues. But it was, like, gruel. Like, it was disgusting. Like, we would get intense bruises, because, I mean, when you pick up little things of asphalt, it's really fucking painful. And honestly, I relished in the pain. I mean, there's a difference between, you know, it's kind of like when people say they did something, you know, they I don't know, they do something because, you know, it's like taking control back of their body. I guess that's what I was doing as a kid. I was like, yo, I mean, I get beaten all the time at recess, but if I just start a fight club, I can just start beating other people and also get beaten, but this time it's consensual. That's kind of fucked up. Damn, I didn't think about it that way until just now. But you know, anyways, you know, there's tons of different reasons. It's not just that. Tons of stuff. Tons of stuff. Yes, the audio's cutting out. Let me make sure that that's not doing anything too. Yeah. Okay. So let me know if it happens again. I'll probably notice it too, to be honest. But in the off chance I don't, let me know. What's my in-game username? It is the same as my Twitch and my YouTube username. The same exact thing. To be honest, I might go to bed soon. I'm just tired as fuck right now, even though it's only 9 p.m. Valid as hell, man. Valid as hell. I love throwing rocks at my brother. See? See? Y'all get it! See, these are my people right here. You know what? You should, let me introduce you to elementary school fight clubs. I'm a little bit too old for it now, but I might be able to indoctrinate more children in my elementary school beliefs. That every elementary school really needs a fight club, bro. That shit got so popular. And you know, the thing is, too, is I knew exactly what it was, that it was a fight club, so I'd go around to people, like I just showed you, my best friend and I, we would, like, literally be beating each other with our fists and shit. I don't know, it was just really entertaining. I should probably do boxing or something at this point. But, you know, people looked at us and they're like, holy shit, what are you doing? And it got intense, okay? Instead of just saying, hey, can I just beat the shit out of you? Okay, we would start wagering things. This shit grew from 2 people quickly to around a group of 5, okay? And that's not very much, but when it comes to elementary schoolers, even having another person there with you makes it a huge fucking deal, okay? But it gets even worse, because we start off by, you know, doing just a little bit of bartering, okay? Like, okay, I'm gonna put a bunch of these cool rocks in the middle, and whoever wins this fight gets them all. I fucking loved rocks, so I was very aggressive. And at this point, you know, it was getting pretty big to the point where the teachers kind of were a little bit suspicious. Like, you can tell they're looking over, but they just never bothered to check it out, I guess. They never bothered to check it out, really. Although one time, as we started bartering, people started to get actually a bit more interested. Because I'd be in art class, you know, making a really cute plate. We'd have, like, you know, plates and then, you know, a bunch of paint. We'd dip our fingers in, you know, make chrysalis lights on the side. You know, Sally over here's painting a rainbow. Jeffrey over there, he's making a dog on his, you know, he's like, oh, look at this, this is my dog. Her name is Samantha. She's so cute. She's a chocolate lab, and I can't wait after home until I go pet her. And then I'm over here, you know, also making my, you know, Christmas lights, because I was like, oh, you know, I have a fight club, but that doesn't mean that I can't make a really cute plate for my mother and father. Over here. Hi, Cat! That's my name, by the way. My name's Cat, like the fucking animal. Deal with it. Hi! How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Still putting, you know, like, the fingerprints on for the Christmas lights. So what do you want to do today? You want to join my fight club? Like, literally just turn around. You want to join my fight club, guy? I have a really interesting proposition for you, my fella. You seem like the rugged type with your Samantha dog on your plate over there. You want to fight for her? You want to be able to protect your dog in the case of an emergency? Join my fight club. Oh, you know, oh, that sounds interesting. What's a fight club? You beat the shit out of each other. Oh. How do I join? That sounds fun. Like, literally half the kids I'd talk to, they would, like, think for a second and look, like, absolutely stupid. Like, you know when kids just look out into space and then they'd be like, that sounds great. How do I join? And I'm like, this is the stupidest shit. I love it. I love it. The fight club in elementary school is so good. Hold up. Alright, no worries. No worries, Ann. You got it. You got it. You got it. Fucking bro. Elementary school might have been the time where I got, like, psychologically messed up because I was being, like, bullied. But damn. Running a fight club in elementary school is such a big flex, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, I'd just basically indoctrinate people everywhere. And honestly, you know, for a really shy, like, introverted kid that I was, I just find it really funny that I was the one who ran the fucking fight club. Like, bro, it's like the most weak-willed, backboned bitch in a social situation. Oh, in a social situation. I was kind of sad that he got that, but that's okay. It's survival of the fittest here. Don't worry, gang. It's survival of the fittest. I don't know why the fuck I did that. You know, also, sometimes people would piss me off. And so, you know, fight clubs can be used for multiple things, okay? This is what I haven't really talked about in the past streams that I've talked about my fight club, which is really only one. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It counts. It counts. It counts. When you are in a fight club, you are not only in a fight club where you fight each other, like I said earlier, you are in a cult-ish type of dynamic. Whenever anybody tried to fuck with me, hundreds of kids flocking, like literal seagulls migrating. They would run. They would chase. One of these times, you know, there was a guy in my elementary school. He was like really fucking weird with every single girl. And I was like, you know, somebody he was really being aggressive with. I told my fight club members at one of the fight clubs, I said, listen, guys, I don't like this guy. And they're like, oh, okay, you know, you want to go, like, beat the shit out of him? And I was like, okay. Then we just fucking chased him around. He never talked to me after that, because, you know, he got beaten up. Not a flex, but it is kind of funny in hindsight, but it's also, yeah. I don't think they actually, like, hit him and shit, but they did, like, throw rocks very ominously close to him. We spent days collecting asphalt for that. It was kind of impressive, not gonna lie. I would go on, like, the top of the playset, and I'd be like, go, my mafia members! And they'd fucking depart, like the fucking Power Rangers. It was so good. All fucking 12 of them, bro. I'm trying to remember the names of them. I know the names of some of them. I'm trying to remember, though, because the days were a lot of, you know, a lot of times, you know, because the fight club didn't meet every recess, obviously, because, you know, I still had to get bullied and physically beaten by my bullies. But fucking, you know, some days I'd also play with, like, you know, some of my other friends. I was really into warrior cats, so I'd, like, you know, I'd, like, pretend to be a fucking animal and shit, because, you know, when you're a kid, you just do random shit. Make a fight club, you know, make a mafia, play warrior cats, get physically beaten by your bullies. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do. It's kind of a all-rounder for elementary school, to be honest. That's all how it is. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm glad that it's good. Glad that there's no issues there. Elementary school is just a canon event, I'm afraid. A lot of people go through, like, bullying and that shit in middle school. Which, I mean, you know, it happened for me, honestly, in middle school, too. But, I mean, I didn't get physically beaten in middle school, so I think, honestly, you know, elementary school takes the cake. But at least, you know, I was also kind of, you know, fighting people. Consensually, though. I mean, I wouldn't just go up and beat them like, you know, my bullies would. But I would ask permission. Hey, are you okay with me just beating the shit out of you because I want this pencil case, and you also want this pencil case, and, you know, we gotta settle it with our fists? Yeah, that sounds so fun! Sounds so much more fun than the coloring sheet that Miss Smith gave us inside. You're so right. We'll have to tell her to do this for her next class. Going, Mrs. Smith, can we beat each other next class? What? That did happen once, by the way. I got a call home to my parents. They didn't believe it. That's when you're like a good kid that gets, like, you know, straight A's. Adults just believe anything you say, to be honest. And they also don't believe when you're, like, you know, being a little bit of a delinquent. Chat. People think I'm a nerd, bro. I started that fucking fight club. I don't give a shit if I have good grades. That fucking fight club was my pride and joy. It literally was. I need to ask the people who are also in it what they remember, because I have a really bad memory. I bet I'm forgetting a lot about it. But damn. But yeah, we do tons of other stuff. And you know, also sometimes when people didn't want to physically, you know, fight each other, because honestly, it wasn't as common as I'm making it out to seem. I'll admit, I might be, you know, over dramatizing how often we would, you know, beat each other physically for the fight club in my elementary school. But those were the highlights. No, what we would usually do to settle debates is we'd honestly create challenges, honestly kind of like American Ninja Warrior, if you've ever watched that. It's basically like a gigantic, you know, like multiple teams, have multiple people that represent multiple different states or countries or etc., stuff like that. And they would go through obstacle courses that would have, like, you know, Wipeout type stuff, if y'all know that show. Basically, you know, things that would punch you off, and you fall into, like, a big, you know, pot of water at the end. That's, like, you know, that's, like, basically everything. And you'd have to, you know, hit the button when you're done, because you'd have to climb, like, this big wall, type shit like that. We would have people go on the swings, and keep in mind, we have, like, a lot of fucking swings. We have, like, rows and rows and rows of swings, like, probably 16 rows of swings, all in a line, so it's 16 swings, right? I loved the swings. The swings were really fun, but then I got too high and I actually, like, shat myself because, you know, it's a little crazy when you get that high on a swing, to be honest with y'all, chat. We would make people go on the swings and swing back and forth and tell the people, okay, we have stationary items that are in the pot right now, in the mix for, you know, this fight club. That's what's at stake here. We have 13 out of 16 of these swings occupied. What you need to do is you need to run in between the swings and get to the other side without running into anybody. And keep in mind, these bitches were going fast. Like, I mean, they're called swings because they were fucking swinging. Like, they were going fucking fast. They had to run through these people swinging and hopefully not get absolutely bodied by these fucking 8-year-old kids swinging on the swing sets in order to win. And if you hit a kid, I mean, some kid, you know, broke their bone once, but, you know, it just gave you a big fucking bruise on your ribs. I mean, it wasn't too bad. You know, average Fight Club activities, honestly. And then, you know, they say, you know, don't talk about Fight Club. It's my fucking Fight Club. I can talk as much as I fucking want. Now, everybody else, probably the reason I haven't heard shit is probably because I'm the leader of it. I can say anything I want. I'm the alpha. I like this guy and I just fucking waiting for the trees to respawn. We should tackle one of the big trees together. I think it would make it so much easier if just as a fucking community we all just decided to fucking, you know, get a tree together, but I don't know. That would be kind of nice, but I mean, you can't really talk to people unless you know, you talk to them. I'm not really in the mood right now. Talking to people is kind of tiring, you know what I mean? That's kind of me as fucking elementary schooler. But, yeah, anyways, what was I going through? Oh, yeah, the swings. That was one of the many things that we would do. We would also do something where we would, have people, like, go up and down the stairs. Fun fact, though, a guy liked me in elementary school, and I found it really funny, because, honestly, you know, totally fine, dude. I just didn't give a fuck for anybody, honestly. And the main reason is because, you know, like, first off, I was a fucking kid. Second off, I just really didn't give a shit. I was more focused on, you know, my entrepreneur business of a fucking fight club to care about anything. Nice person until middle school. Yeah, that was a little traumatizing, honestly. He was kind of an ass in middle school, kind of a little bit of a, you know, one of the people who sees women a certain way, I'll tell you that. But you know, elementary school is very nice kid, very nice kid. You know, probably because, you know, he was in the fight club. Maybe he needs to pick that back up nowadays. It's always beneficial for your mental health. For your physical health, I don't know about that. I mean, you know, better than getting bullied and getting beaten, I guess. I mean, that was my way of, you know, thinking. If you do, you should do VR streams if I have a VR. My brother actually has a VR. He has a VR headset. I don't think he's used it very often either. I bet I can ask him. Yeah, what kind of VR shit you think? Because I know my brother has Beat Saber. Although I'll have to make sure that... I'll have to look up the copyright type shit for that. Because it shouldn't be an issue, but I don't want it to be an issue, if that makes sense. I want to be extra on the safe side. VR would be really fucking fun. You know what, like the old Minecraft Earth? I'm not gonna lie with y'all. I thought it was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of cool. I remember watching Dan TDM and all that shit. That was so fun to watch. Not gonna lie with y'all. Not gonna lie with y'all. Damn, I should make a fucking anime about myself. I think it would be like a really funny Psyche K type shit. I start a fight club. Be funny. Funny as hell, honest to God. Mafia at club. Hey. I think we're gonna check, right after I get this tree over here, we're gonna check how much, enchanted fig logs we have. Because it said for a while, one or more items didn't fit in your inventory and were added to your item stash. So that probably means that we can make the fig armor pants. So yeah, look at the Jesus. Okay, yeah, look at that. We're gonna throw out the tender wood, because we don't need that at all. I mean, there's really no point to it. We're just gonna start compressing it. You can't stash your material stash? Oh, well, I didn't want all this bullshit, but I mean, whatever, man. Let's go, to the home, so we can, get rid of all of our stuff. Get rid of all of our stuff. At school, this kid bullied me, so banged it on the bars. Banged it on the bars! Yes, sir! That's what we'd like to see. Whenever you have a bully, start a fight club. Then you can say, hey, I want to fight you, and then just beat the shit out of them. No, my bad. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking speak. I was always chill with fighting people, but the second it came to my bully, I was actually shitting my pants, bro. I was like, and keep in mind, it was also, like, the most fucking, like, this person was not intimidating at all. I was low-key just like a wimp, but I started a fight club, so I mean, I don't really know. I was a weird fucking kid. But honestly, it's fun lore, you know? It's fun lore. I like it. You know, it's really funny to talk about it, because I don't really know what was going through my head. And I considered those, originally, like my most, like, tame days in school. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They were obviously not. I think I was a little bit wild then. But you know what? You gotta be a little bit crazy for anything. And you got a massive bump. Hell yeah, man! Teach them. It's like when people, you know, whenever you tell people, like, hey, I was bullied, and they always assume, you know, they said, oh, you suck. You a bad person. Oh, you suck. And they're like, oh, that sucks. No. It's like people are allergic to thinking about, like, physical bullying, and honestly, I get it. It's not very nice to think about, but physical bullying is still a thing, gang. Like, especially, like, when I talk to my dad about it, because, you know, talking to my parents about the bullying was a little bit interesting. Let's just say that. But we're past it now. But, most of the time, why do I still have that? Oh, damn it. Oh, well. You know, people assume, especially when, I don't know, especially when I say it, I guess, I mean, people assume, like, oh, you were bullied, like, you suck, you a bad person. No, gang. They shoved mulch in my hair. No, gang. Wait, is this not how you make this? Fuck. I'm about to get bullied again. No, the thing is, though, is, like, you know, days would either go, I get beaten the shit out of by my bully and also mentally, like, fucked in the head with. I start my fight club and we chase somebody around. We either fight each other or we start a fight ring, which usually may go good or bad. I hang out with one of my friends one-on-one. Or I'm not at school. Those are, like, you know, the options, okay? And honestly, it was really funny because with my friends, I would be like, oh yeah, this is really fun. I love playing unicorns together. I love rainbows. I love fun stuff. Like, you know, typical, like, young, youthful fucking elementary school, like, girl type shit. Girl child type shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. The guys liked unicorns more than the girls, if I'm being fucking for real. I like the fight club more than the guys. I don't know. Fucking gender stereotypes just don't fucking work here. Until you get older. because it's a rural area. Connect the dots there, chat. I believe in you. Connect the dots there, chat. I believe in you. That beacon's kind of scaring me, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit ominous. If you do VR stream, do Beat Saber, Bone Lad, Gorilla Tag, Animal Company, or Blade and Sorcery. If you really want to do Murder or Hell Split Arena. Ooh, those sound fucking cool. I've done Beat Saber, and I think I also did a bit of it was some type of game where I had to, like, I don't know, use a certain object to zipline across stuff. It was something, I feel like it was a classic game too that a lot of people play. I don't play a lot of like classic games. I used to play Star Wars games with my father. But then something happened that I will not talk about, and then I got traumatized. Specifically, it didn't really happen on the game I played with my father, but I really liked Star Wars, and Roblox had Star Wars games. And let's just say there's a very recent situation on Roblox that kind of contributes a bit to this conversation. It has to do with what schlep bans, what schlep catches. Let's just say that. Predators. Child predators. Let me just spell it out for you guys. Let me just say it out loud. Type shit like that. They liked the Star Wars games. I don't know why. I guess child predators and Star Wars games mixed really well. I don't know. But anyways, that was the most fun game I've honestly ever played. I'm not gonna lie. It's called Star Wars: The Old Republic. I don't exactly remember what it's like to play it, but I bet it's really bad quality now. But honestly, I'd still play it. I used to play Final Fantasy as well. Final Fantasy 3, I think. Really fun game. I honestly sometimes load it up and then I play it for 2 seconds and then I'm like, oh, that was kind of nostalgic, and then I leave. It's kind of funny, not gonna lie. I like these stupid little creatures. They look so fucking dumb. Actually, so fucking stupid. Come here, little man. Oh. Well, is dead, and that's, you know, sometimes, you know, you gotta bid things goodbye. Which is, you know, it's fine. It's fine. That's how it be. Sometimes things just, you know, they gotta say bye. You know, the funny part, though, is I think, honestly, I have a lot of fucking lore for just being some random bitch on the internet, and I love it. You know, I love it. The fucking lore is amazing. It's amazing, dude. I love all this stuff. You know, I should start, like, I feel like I could literally start, like, a channel like The Odds Will Now, but I don't animate. I don't really feel the want to. It's very time-consuming, and also I have really bad posture, so sitting at my desk animating for hours on the end doesn't seem like something I'd want to do. And also, I don't have pictures of me, you know, beating people up on the playground with, you know, little bits of asphalt that have fallen off, you know, the ground. So, yeah, I don't really have anything to, you know, give, per se. Maybe like story times with fucking this shit in the background. That could be pretty fucking funny. But honestly, though, it is so fucking funny. I'm not even gonna lie with y'all. Not even gonna lie with y'all. I do know that my architecture, the architecture video that I made was really fun for y'all. So I'm working on more of those for real, though. Maybe some story times. For real? Well, yeah, for real. I don't know, man. Fucking Predators like the fucking Star Wars games. It was weird. I low-key, bro, I was like fucking 8. And they were like, yo, come over here. And I was like, yo, what's up? And they're like, doing weird shit. And I was like, oh. And so then I just left the game and I never came back. I was like, yikes. It's like, also, I find it kind of interesting when people say like, oh, this shit happened to me. And I'm like, just leave the game, bro. Like, fair enough if you don't. Because, like, I get it if you're, like, young kid. But, like, bro, trust. If you have that issue, like, it's called, like, a freeze response or a fawn response. You just gotta trust yourself. Say, hey, I can protect myself. Just leave the game. You got it, bro. Like, you got it. It's literally escape L enter. I don't do that. Click the X button in the top right bullshit because I don't know. It seems like a new gen thing, to be honest. He got banned because Roblox is helping predators now. I'm honestly not surprised. I'm really not, to be honest. It's really unfortunate, really depressing, like, you know, I don't know, sad or whatever. But I'm not surprised. Like, you know, Roblox in general has been doing, like, stuff like that for a while, I feel like, too. Where they've been, you know, just kind of, like, supporting really weird things. And also, it makes sense. A lot of companies that tend to do worse in performance over a while, like for example with the egg hunt and stuff, they typically also have really bad people at the helm of them. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of companies that tend to be doing worse, it's typically for a reason similar to that. Oh, hold on. My Twitch just went black screen. Let me pull up Twitch again. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Alrighty, alrighty. Honestly, I don't really even need all the rewards from the trees. They're really nice, don't get me wrong. But honestly, the only real thing I want is just the fucking wood. That's really all I fucking want from this. So if anybody else is mining fig trees and just has a bunch of wood that they want to give away, give it to me. I will take it. I love it. I quite literally need it for what I'm trying to do. Thank you to anybody who might perhaps implore that. Alright, let's see. Let me reload this. Let me reload this. Let me reload. Like I reload my punches at the fucking mafia meetup. No, it's kind of interesting too, because I remember I was really scared of teachers not liking me. But, you know, if you run a fucking fight ring, I think that's kind of like a one-way ticket to having your teachers fucking despise you. So yeah, I posted my video if you want to watch it. Oh, yeah! Thank you for reminding me. Let's watch that shit right now. Let me see, let me see. Zun. Let me make sure I spelled it right. Yes, I did! I'm glad that I did. Oh, and it auto-corrected? Of course it did. Lovely. Hell yeah! Oh, part 2 of Crazy Madness. I'm ready for this shit. This shit about to be fire. Alright, let's see, let's see, let's see. Let me make sure I'm not doxing myself. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, okay. Always gotta make sure that you, are not doxing yourself. You know what I mean? That's how it be. Why is my window capture refusing to capture what I want it to capture? Hello? No, that is not indeed what I want you to capture. I don't want you to capture that window. Give me a second. There it is. Alrighty, let me load this shit up. Still not done yet? Yeah, man. I mean, perfection. Fucking masterpieces take time. Hell yeah! Look at that fucking. I like the rave. Ooh, and the turn. Ooh, epic. Ooh, that's a nice part. Hey, the spider. I like how bouncy it is too. Like it goes with the music, you know what I mean? I like that the fact it goes with the music. Yeah. I like that thing where you go up and down with the rolly thing. I like the spider too. I'm ass at it though. Still 0 out of 10 super OG dashers. I got you, man. I'm not OG, but actually I guess I'm OG in the sense that I played it when I was like fucking 8. But I haven't until yesterday. You did a lot of work on that. I like that. Yeah. Oh my Jesus Christ. Not me fucking not my fucking video right here. I like Vocaloid if you can't tell. Yes. I'm a fucking nerd. Why do you think I get bullied in fucking elementary school though, gang? Yeah, hell yeah. Y'all, go check that out. If y'all like Geometry Dash, go check out, if you look on the screen on the top right, the person chatting, ZANHH. Fucking cool shit. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to restart the music. Yes, thank you for posting videos, man. A lot of, you know, I feel like a lot of times, yesterday, the coolest ones were always the ones that people posted videos for, because I'm so bad at Geometry Dash. It is quite literally, yeah, it's not exactly the most, flex that I have, that's for sure. So, you know, it's nice to see people who can actually do it, because it's really satisfying to watch. It's kind of like watching, you know, ASMR videos that, you know, I don't know, that they just scratch your brain in the right way. Reminds me, a lot of ASMR videos have been going around recently, specifically to combat against the AI stuff. I like watching the real stuff, because they get really creative with it, so it's kind of fun to see their creative process. Very interesting. It's kind of weird how people have the talent for that, though. I don't understand it. I don't think I would be able to do that. Actually, that's a lie, because I know that I'm a very fucking aggressive person. I could probably figure it out, but it would take a lot of work. I'm the type of person who likes to try lots of different things, so I would definitely figure out a way, but I don't know if it would definitely not be as good as that, that's for sure. Cool as shit. Cool as shit. I like that we have this area to ourselves now, too. This is really nice. It's kind of like when you have a part of the grocery store to yourself, and you're just a fat ass, so you're just buying everything off the shelf, and so you don't have to watch everybody watch you be a fat ass. Like driving 1 hour one way to Raising Cane's. Imagine that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That would be wild. Who would do that, chat? That's y'all, isn't it? Miku got Miku Golden K-pop Demon Hunters is crazy. it's like the literal like craziest like fandoms all gathering into one. It's all the Infinity Stones in one place. All of them. Not gonna lie though, dude, I got really like bored one time, and I was also kind of curious because I do like movies, like really mostly any kind of movies, and so I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. For a kid's movie, it's really fucking good. Like, you know, there's parts that I feel like would be better, like if they went a bit more into like Zoe and Mira stuff, but it's a fire movie. I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. It's really well written and the songs are good, so I think it's kind of fire. Not gonna lie. I know it's not for everybody though, mainly because of the kid elements to it, but I mean. The characters are well written, that's for sure. Very, very nice to see. Although I wasn't a big fan of the romance, but I just fucking I don't really like PDA to be honest, so whatever. Not like they had very much anyway. Yeah, they didn't barely have any. Don't mind him. I mean, he's just like a million years older than you, and also he just fucking, you know, killing all of these people, you know. But you know, he's such a beauty, isn't he? And all the people fucking, dude, there's so much drama with it too. It's so funny to talk about. Like, people are like, oh no, but the ship is okay because he's a good person and blah, 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 blah. My opinion is he kills people. And also he's like 400 years old. I think that's enough. It's like the 7 deadly sins, and it's fucking greed. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about this. This seems a little bit suspicious. This seems a little bit suspicious. Is it well written? Yes. I'm not a big fan of it though. It seems a little bit odd. But I like the movie as a whole. I think it's really well done. Anyway, I'm going to finish the level. Be back soon. Alright, you got it. You got it. Finish that. Yeah. Gonna be so fucking good, man. That Geometry Dash level is so fucking cool. It would be fun to make one time. I'm not gonna lie. It would be really fun. It looks really entertaining. I want to learn the Geometry Dash script. Or really, you know, just like the block coding that you have to use with all the stuff. I love scripting. I used to be really into Lua, but I've kind of fallen off and I've forgotten like 95% of it. But I'm really good at building. Because, you know, architecture student, building, you know, they kind of go hand in hand if you think about it. They kind of go hand in hand, to be honest, chat. I mean, that just could be me, you know, saying that, but... You know, if we use our noggins here, it pretty much does. But, you know, I think, honestly, my favorite part about anything is the fucking fight clubs. I'm a very competitive person, I think, because of that. Fighting people is fun. I've always wanted to have, like, you know, the fun part about anime is imagining yourself, you know, with just, like, the type of weapons the characters have, and doing all the cool moves, and seeing all the cool ways that they have powers and stuff. Dude. I wish I had, like, telekinesis or shit. I would use it in so many creative ways. That's why I like Full Metal Alchemist, because the characters use it in, like, the ways that you would, you know, and even take it a step farther. I'm honestly, y'all, I glaze Full Metal Alchemist, but low-key, I'm not even glazing it that much. It's just a really fucking good anime. Y'all should watch it if y'all like action animes. The Brotherhood is, a bit more tame than 2003 version, and also it's easier to access on Crunchyroll. But after my little non-sponsored plug, let me think. What else? What else have I done throughout my many years that I can yap about? I can't wait till I'm old as shit and I just bother a fucking child my age right now by talking about the fight club I had in elementary school. That's gonna be the peak of my existence. Holy shit. It's gonna be so fucking fun. I'm not ever having kids because they're so fucking annoying, and I had a fight club for a reason of beating things, and I'm not really gonna be the type to go to jail for beating a child. But damn, am I going to go and harass everybody else's? Yes, I actually am. My brother wants kids because, I don't know, he just fucking wants them, and I'm like, I'm not fucking caring for them, by the way, and if I do, I'm teaching them bad words, and I'm also teaching them how to do shit behind your back. But I will teach them basic life skills and how to survive. But I will also teach them how to pickpocket people, because it's kind of fun. Although I do need to learn how to pickpocket people first if I'm gonna do that, now that I think about it. Damn. That sounds really fun. Imagine being able to pickpocket people. No, I just study psychology so then I can just rizz up people's parents. Like, you know when people's parents are really, I want to talk about something. Okay? Oh, hold on, wait, I need to stretch this shit. It's nice. There was an incident. I am in musical theater, and my mother's also in musical theater. Specifically, high school musical theater, okay? High school musical theater is where I thrived, okay? Thrived past tense because I just graduated, okay? Everybody keep that in mind, keep that in mind. I love musical theater, okay? And you're like, oh my god, it's a theater kid! Well, no shit, Sherlock. If you literally click on this stream for 2 seconds, I'm pretty sure you can tell I'm a theater kid. I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, and my facial expressions are constantly aggressive compared to fucking regular facial expressions that I make in other places besides streaming. I digress. We were doing a musical called Sweeney Todd. If y'all know what Sweeney Todd is, it is the most bloody ass musical. And musical, again, is like, you know, people are acting as, like, you know, characters, and they also sing, just so everybody's aware. I think that most people would know that, but I'm just gonna, you know, kind of make it so everybody understands what I'm saying, just in case. I got cast as the beggar woman, which basically means that I was going around trying to come on to little boys, and then I would go around getting my neck slit, and then I had a cute little flashback scene, and then I would go around again trying to come on to little boys. I was basically canonically schizophrenic, so I had to, you know, study the hell out of that, because I love psychology. That's why acting is so fun, because, you know, I get to become my character. Although it's a little bit harder when you have a diagnosed, like, you know, psychological, medical affecting thing, and so it was a little bit difficult, but it was also not too hard, honestly, because it runs in the family like every single other issue. Every single other genetic, possibly passed down, mental, psychological, physical thing. Everything is passed down in my family, honestly, every single thing. It's like my inheritance, you know? Just inherit every single thing ever. I digress, though. I got a pretty good role, okay? But I had a friend who didn't, and her mom got really, you know, peeves, stuff like that. And my mother, she is a really adamant part of theater. She's honestly really, really, really sweet. I've gotten really good terms with my mother in the past few years, mainly because we are just absolute bitches to each other. And we go, hey, that kind of was weird. Why did we do that? Let's fix that. I got very lucky with my deck of hands for my mother and my father, not gonna lie. Are there still a lot of issues? Of course. There are a lot of issues, especially when I was bullied in elementary school. That is a whole can of worms that I'm obviously not going into because it's my fucking life. Stop trying to pry into it, you fucking parasocial bitches. But they're good fucking people, and that's the bottom line. Nobody's a villain, but they sure as hell act like them sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes, all the time for certain people. But, she's a very adamant part of theater when I was a part of theater, including my older brother, because I'm a younger sister, which honestly, some people think I'm an only child, some people think I'm a older sister. I don't know, it's all over the board, honestly, so I'm kind of curious what y'all have the impression of. But fucking she was like the president of the music club that provides the funding for the musical. She was in charge of costuming and stuff like that, and excuse me, my friend's mom, the friend who didn't really, like, get too much, you know, of a role, mainly because the directors were just really fucking rude to her. She really deserved a role, but she didn't get it because the directors were just being absolute cunts, really. Her mother was in the kind of, like, costuming stuff, and I guess she held a grudge against my mom because she told my mom, you know, she wasn't gonna help out with the costumes because her daughter didn't get a role, type shit like that. And honestly, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, do whatever the fuck you want, man. I mean, valid, I guess. I don't really care. And so, basically, I guess she held a grudge against my mom because she thought my mom, like, spread it all around to everybody. And I'm honestly like, well, first off, she didn't. Like, I'm not really butting into that business, but I mean, you can kind of fucking tell when somebody does say that to everybody and when somebody doesn't. And my mom obviously didn't because nobody even really talked about it. But I guess she was just really fucking paranoid, which is honestly kind of funny now that I think about it. And, like, she basically held a grudge against my mother, and she also held a grudge against me. She held a grudge against me, okay? I think it was more kind of like, you know, she disliked my mother, and so she also disliked me. So whenever my friend wanted to, you know, hang out with me and stuff, she would make excuses not to by saying, you know, oh, she gets into lots of accidents, you know, you shouldn't drive with Draconics, you know, she gets into a bunch of accidents, and, you know, she's a really bad driver, type shit like that, so I'm not letting you, like, bro, what are we yapping about? First off, I don't mean to be hateful, but I'm one of the better drivers in this fucking age group. Like, let's be fucking for real right now. Like, I drive better than almost everybody in this fucking age group. I know how to drive a manual, like a stick shift. Nobody around, well, I mean, everybody around here more often than not knows how to, but it's still not a lot of kids that know how to. Like, I think, honest to God, I'm probably better than half the people that your kid could be riding with, so I don't really know what this whole opinion is of me being a bad driver, but it's gonna have to cut out, you know what I mean? So I got low-key kind of, you know, pissed off about it, because, I mean, you know, when people go around saying, you know, you're a bad driver and shit, and, you know, spreading that shit around to the point people are coming up to, you know, oh, you a bad driver, and especially when it's an adult, I mean, the fuck, man? I mean, that's fucking ridiculous, you know? So, yeah, I didn't... But the main thing is that I really like musical theater, and, you know, and so what it would be like is, you know, I would just kind of talk to her, and I'd be like, you know what, man, I don't know why you know when you're like, you're very, like, you know, you just